If he loses, two questions on this. If he loses specifically, what does he do?
Well, he will be the one to determine which way the future of the party goes. That was an interesting statement you just showed, where he said that if he loses, he will have wasted a lot of time and energy and money, which is, I think, his way of saying that it would be a total waste if he walks away. I don't think he's a Michael Dukakis. I don't think he's a Bob Dole. This is not a guy who's going to lose, I think, and walk away. He feels he's created something. I think he's right about that. He created this populist movement, very unusual in U.S. history. It happens, but, you know, a generation or two separated from each other. And it changes the GOP if it goes from conservatism to populism. I think, this is a guess, of course it'll be his choice, he can walk away and the movement will likely wither until some younger, newer leader comes along. But I think he stays in the game. He becomes the kingmaker. If he loses by a respectable margin, say less than Romney did, or within that range, I think he becomes the de facto leader of the party. And I think Paul Ryan represents the older Reaganite consensus. And I think, look, the Civil War will begin on Wednesday. Will begin tomorrow morning. And
on that question, then, what if he loses, what does the Republican Party look like? What shape does it take? What priorities emerge or continue or pick up where we left off?
I'll give you one big example. Paul Ryan has been obsessed, I think correctly, but obsessed with entitlements and deficits. He's got plans. Remember, he got the GOP House to vote almost unanimously on a plan that would alter Medicare, that everybody had assumed was the third rail, would cost them control of the House. It didn't. But Trump ran on not touching entitlements. This is a more populist stand. Now, I think that is one example of how the conservative, traditional, and now Paul Ryan agenda is in total conflict with what would be a Trump agenda. And I think the first test of who gets the upper hand is going to be the speakership. I think there will be a contest, and if Trump wants to be a player, I think he could engineer or would try to engineer deposing Paul Ryan.
Wow.